So when Philip approached me to ask about the graduation speech, I really liked the idea because I thought, well, this is actually a perfect occasion to reflect on our DPS experience. So I was like, yeah, gonna give it a try, and it sounds great. Then I realized you also sent some inspiration, and it was nothing less than. So he sent some inspiration. It was nothing less than. The commencement speech by Steve Jobs at Stanford University. So at that point I was like, nope, that's not going to happen. So sorry to disappoint you. I'm not Steve Jobs yet. So I thought, well, I want to be a good PM, so I just tried to do some research on speeches and realized there's actually a lot of very nicely colored diagrams about how to do a speech and how to include storytelling in a speech. So I thought, well, maybe I can go for that. Then I realized, well, this is week 12 of DPS. We are not kidding. Also, this is not going to happen. I think I'm back at the Teletubby stage and like Teletubby in a trash can after the hectic week. So maybe it will more be like this. But yeah, anyway, so I still wanted to give it a try. So I kind of tried to do the DPS way. So I did it. I just read it on what I could say. And the first thing that came to mind, what I could talk about, was the lessons that we have, like all the learnings from DPS. Because I figured there's plenty of learnings, such as like always deliver value to the user, think about what happens if you launch tomorrow. So I thought, yeah, I could make it about lessons, but it didn't feel quite right. So I discarded that idea. I went with the next one, and I thought, well, maybe just make it more generic about the experience that we have. And honestly, I think DPS was hell of a ride. It's a roller coaster in the most literal way. I think there was no emotions on both sides, super positive and super negative, that at least I didn't feel, and I think it's the majority of us felt like that. So I think we went from completely happy to completely frustrated. Sometimes frustrated with the project, with the product, frustrated with the product partners maybe, sometimes even with the team or the core team. And then we were told that this is the process, just trust the process, and then we were frustrated with the process because this was supposed to be the process. But there were also other times where we were just like super happy and hyped and proud, and we just fell in love with those product babies that we built. Just to then be told to just kill your darlings, so we just threw them away and we created new ones, we fell in love again. Anyway, so in general, this was really an amazing experience, with a lot of emotions, I think. And at this point, when I thought about the experience, I thought, well, this is actually also a good opportunity to thank those people who were mostly responsible for providing that experience. So at this point, kudos to the core team. This amazing opportunity to be part of DPS. I think we're all really grateful for all that we learned and that we experienced. And one thing I really appreciate about you is that I feel like DPS for you is your product, so you really take the same DPS approach that we took with our products with this class. So you ideated, you iterated, you got feedback, you tested. Sometimes it went right, sometimes it went wrong. But I think by that you really showcase that building a product never ends. It's actually a constant dedication. So I think that's a really great example. It never ends unless you end DPS, then you can just install the products and or not. Coming to the speech. With the experience I felt more comfortable, but still I thought, I think I'm not quite there yet. So I took again a step back and thought, okay, well, what is it then? What do we want to talk about? If it's not the lessons, if it's not the experience. So I questioned myself, what was it that made DPS so special for me? Why am I so grateful to have been in this journey? And then I realized it's actually a very simple answer. The answer to this is, it's the people. So it's you. it's all of you and all the personal moments that we shared. And gosh, we shared plenty of personal moments and memories. If you think about it, like some of us had the experience of first snow ever in their life at the outside. Some of us took their first sleigh ride. We danced to Latin music. We got taught Indian dances, Indonesian dances. We tried Chinese food, Indian food. We got to know different cultures, backgrounds, mindsets. I really think like DPS was a truly amazing experience. I actually never experienced something like that, where basically a bunch of random people from all around the globe comes together in one place and just creates this amazing atmosphere. And really, truly builds friendships, and I think also friendships that are gonna last for a lot longer than DPS. At this point, I want to share my favorite moment of DPS. I think it's quite hard to pick one favorite moment, I realized, at first. And then I realized that it's actually quite easy, because for me, my favorite memory of DPS is a very simple one. It goes back to last Wednesday, so the week of the dry runs. Very hectic week. There was a lot of last minute coding, designing, ed video, everything. And it was Wednesday in the evening, so the dry runs were over. I still sat at my desk in the middle of the office. Put something, I think, finishing touches to the video. Oh, actually, I started a new video because we told you to start again. So I sat there, and it was already around 6. So a bunch of you stopped working, and you gathered in front of the desk, and you just started chatting about DPS, about the feedback from the dry runs, about your videos, about the live demos, about what's going to happen after DPS. And I just sat at my desk and I watched you and I watched the scenery, and I just thought this is pretty amazing. This experience is really special. I felt like I wanted to take a mental picture of that. Unfortunately, I didn't take a physical picture, but I think all those pictures actually have the same spirit. DPS, for the last 3 months, really felt like a home. And I think I'm not ready to move out yet.
You cannot stay.
Okay, rent. And obviously, I'm not gonna lie. I'm also looking forward to taking a break. From looking at GitHub boards. Maybe we can use this moment to also say that GitHub is a really bad Kanban tool. It's very annoying. But I'm not looking I want to take a break from this, but I don't want to take a break from you. I'm really gonna miss this. I think from the first day onwards, this whole atmosphere was so special. Just being surrounded by all of you was so inspiring. So many creative, proactive, and talented and eager people. We're just really eager to create something. And I think something that we created, which is a very nice thought, is that we created this really cool network of Batch 21. And even though we will probably be spread all over the world, this network basically spans from Latin America over Africa to Europe, Asia, so all over the globe. And even though we're probably going to be scattered in different directions, and also companies, agencies, whatever, I like the idea to think that all of us now will create amazing products and basically build this Batch 21 product suite. So I really cannot wait to look into the future and see what you're all going to build. And I think DPS told us it's pretty easy. All we need is one pain point of a user, one small assumption that we can test, and the smallest bit of a feature to start. And best case scenario, you break that down. But that's all it needs. And to end the speech, in the end, I did watch Steve Jobs' speech. Just to get super nervous and intimidated. And one line that stick to me is actually a very famous quote by Steve Jobs. And I want to rephrase that for today. So what Steve Jobs said in that speech is, stay hungry, stay foolish. And I just want to tell you, please stay as amazingly creative as you are. It was a true pleasure.